themselves. So you can see that we have a purple cat, and then a brown cat, and then a gray cat, and then an orange cat, right? Now, if we want to save the orange cat because he's being squished, we need to remove the purple cat, and then brown cat, and then gray cat in order. Now, we need to start removing them from top to bottom, guys, because if I just push the gray cat, then that means then all the cats above the gray cat will fall down and will get hurt. Okay, will be injured. We don't want that to happen. So things like this we'll be learning today. So now, guys, I'll teach you how to do this question first, and I'll get you guys to do the next questions yourself. Okay, so everybody pay attention. So figure 1 is composed of 3 figures in figure 2. So basically, guys, you can see this shape, a funny looking shape. This is made from these 3 shapes, everybody. Now, what is the question asking us to do? We need to arrange the stacking order from top to bottom. So we need to make a list from the top, which one is at the very top, and which one is at the bottom. So now, guys, how do you know what is at the very top? Now, you can see that. Whoops, I did it too quickly. So you can see that top to bottom. I'll do this again. All right, so we need to have the stacking order from top to bottom. All right, so you can see that the red star is not covered by anything, okay? But the yellow triangle is covered by the red star. And the green rectangle is covered by triangle and the star. So you need to make sure you write down the shape which is not covered by anything else. That's going to be the very top shape, okay? And then you can agree that the next shape would be a triangle, and then the next shape would be a rectangle, right? So let's have a look. So now, yes, the red star was at the very top, and just behind the red star we had a triangle and then a green rectangle, guys. So now, like I said, please remember, guys, that whatever is at the very top, the entire shape is visible, means nothing's covering the shape. Now, if it's below something, then some parts are only visible and some parts are covered. Okay, so let me just show you a quick demonstration, guys. So you can see that I have a big triangle and I have a semicircle, guys. Now, if I put the triangle at the bottom and semicircle on the top, you can see that the triangle is covered by the semicircle, but the semicircle is not covered by anything. So that means the semicircle was at the very top, and if we put it on top of the triangle, we get this shape. Okay, so now let's see how well you understood this concept, and this is your turn to do this question, guys. So again, so we have this shape, and this shape is made from these 5 shapes, everybody. And please remember to look below that each shape, it has a number, okay? It has a number. So now you need to write down the stacking order from top to bottom, guys. So again, you need to write this order from whatever it's at the very top, and you go down all the way to whatever it's at the very bottom. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to give you the selector tool to submit your answers. So, okay, you guys can all start now. Okay, guys, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds more to finish them off. So make up your mind very soon. You've got 30 seconds left. Okay, so guys, raise your hand if you want to explain this question to the class. Let's see. I'm going to ask Lewis. So, hello, Lewis.
Hi.
Hi, so which shape do you think is at the very top?
The heart.
The heart. Why do you think that's the shape which is at the very top?
Because it is at the front and you can see it most.
So the reason why the heart is at the very top, because is it covered by any other shapes, Lewis?
No.
No. So all other shapes are covered by some other shapes. So yes, the heart. What number is the heart, Lewis?
5.
Very good. So what do you think is right behind the heart?
The square.
Yeah, what number is the square?
Yellow square. Number 4.
Okay, and what's behind the square?
The green triangle.
Yes, the number is?
1.
Very good. And what's behind the green triangle, Lewis?
Number 3.
Yes, number 3, which is the pink circle. And then that means we're left with number 2, which is the blue crown or blue star shape. Well done, Lewis. Let's have a look at this animation together, guys. So, yes, the heart was at the top, and then the yellow square, and the green triangle, and pink circle, and the blue crown. So, well done, Lewis. Thank you very much. That was really good. So, yes, everybody, the answer was B. So, thank you, Lewis. Keep up the good work. All right, so now let's move on to the next question, shall we? So, again, very similar. So, now this time we have 4 shapes. So what do you think is the correct stacking order if you are counting from the top to bottom, everybody? So again, we're looking at the shape which is at the very top to the bottom. Okay, very good, guys. And now, whoops. So you guys can all start now. I'm going to give you guys another 30 seconds. All right, guys. So raise your hand if you want to explain this question. And for this question, I'm going to ask Yin. Hello, Yin.
Hi.
Hi. So Yin, which shape is at the very top?
The star.
The star. What number is the star?
3.
Now, why do you think the star is at the very top? What's the reason? Now, if you remember, Yin, is the star covered by any other shapes?
No.
No? What about the brown cloud? Is it covered by anything?
Covered by the star.
Yes. And what about the green heart? What is it covered by?
The cloud.
The cloud and the star, right? So you can see that the brown cloud is covered by the star only. So one shape is covered, but the green heart is covered by the brown cloud and the star. So 2 things are covered. So what does that mean? Does that mean the green heart is on top of the cloud, or the brown cloud is on top of green heart?
I think it's the cloud.
Yes, the cloud should be just behind the star, which is number 2. And what's behind this cloud?
The heart.
Yeah, which is full, and then we have the ribbon being lost. Okay, let's have a look. So, yes, the star, and then the cloud, and then the heart. Very good. So what's the answer? A, B, or C?
C.
Yes, that's right, Ying. Very good. So thank you very much. Do you now know how to do these questions now, Ying?
Yeah.
All right, excellent job. Thank you very much, Ying, and keep up the good work. All right. So yes, Scarlett, did you want to say something?
I don't understand it.
You don't understand it? All right, so let's have a look at this again. So Scarlett, look at this picture. Okay, so we need to find what shape is at the very top and what shape is at the very bottom. Okay, so now you need to look for these shapes. Now, which shape is not covered by anything?
The third one.
Yes, the third one. So that's why the third one is the first one, which is at the very top. Now, what do you think is just behind the third shape? The purple star.
The cloud.
Yes, that's why it's number 2. And then, what do you think it's behind the cloud?
The heart.
Yes, the heart. And then the ribbon, right?
Yeah.
So, you can see that if the shape is not covered, Scarlett, it means it's at the very top. So you can see it was at the very top. And the less shapes which is covering means that it is topper than the shape behind. Okay? So that's the correct order. Does that make sense, Scarlett?
Yeah.
All right. Very good, Scarlett. Thank you very much for asking a question as well. Keep up the good work, Scarlett. And so, yes, everybody, the answer was C for this question. So, all right, guys. So let's move on to this question. Now, guys, I want everybody to pay extra attention because this question is a little bit trickier than before. So, guys, we need to use these figures, so these 4 shapes, to obtain. To obtain means to make, everybody. So we need to make the pattern of figure 2. So we want to make this shape from these 4 different shapes, guys. So then, which is the following is the correct order? So, I'll give you a hint, guys. Now, if you want to make this shape, a triangle with the semicircle in front, you don't put the semicircle first. What do you put first on the ground? You put the triangle first, and then semicircle on top, right? So what order was this? Was this top to bottom order or bottom to top order? So that's something that what you need to think about. So now I'll give you the selector tool to answer this question. So now, yep, so you guys can all start now. Make sure to select only one answer, guys. There's only one answer. I'll give you 30 more seconds to finish them off. Okay, guys, so let's have a look. Okay, let's have Denise. So, hello, Denise.
Hello.
Hi. So, before telling me anything, let me ask you a quick question, Denise. So, there are two different orders that we can solve. So, there are top to bottom. Okay, and then there are bottom to top, right? So for this question, Denise, if you are trying to make this shape, do we do top to bottom order or bottom to top order?
Bottom to top?
So, okay, so that is correct, Denise. Yes, you don't make top to bottom. You can only make if it's bottom to top. It's like building a tower, guys. You need to start from the bottom and put shapes on top of each other, right? Do you agree, Denise?
Yes.
Yes, okay. For that reason, what shape is at the very bottom?
The star.
Yes, the blue star.
blue
Okay,
star.
so that means it's going to be 4. And what's going to be on top of the blue star?
The triangle.
You think the triangle?
Nope. I mean the square.
The square. Very good. And then what's on top of the square? So I'll put the square for you. So look at my screen.
Triangle.
I'm gonna put the square. Okay, you think the triangle? Let's put the triangle as well, like this. So I think we're almost there. And then the last shape is obviously the red circle, right?
Yep.
So that means if you put it like this, the correct order was 4, 1, 3, 2. So that's why it's B. Excellent job, Denise. Thank you very much for explaining. Good work. And then, guys, so you may be asking me, Jason, it's very hard for me to see what's at the top, what's at the bottom. So, guys, I will show you another way that you could use. So now, guys, just understand that to make a shape, you need to start from bottom to top, right? So that means that, all right, why don't you write down what's at the very top first? So you can see number 2, and then what's behind the circle, the triangle, and then the yellow square 1, and then the star, right? Now, just write this down in reverse order. So what was last? It was 4. So write down 4, and then what's next to 4? 1, and then what's next to 1? It's 3, and then 2. So that's why it's B, guys. You just need to know that, oh, if you're trying to make, then you always start from the bottom. Imagine you're building a Lego. Like you always make the floor first, and then you put everything on top, right? So that's why we start from the bottom, guys. All right. So that's the reason. And yes, the answer is B. So well done, guys. So you can see yellow, green, and then red, and we get the same shape. All right. So yes, just a final reminder, guys. When you're putting some shapes on top, you always need to place the bottom shape first, and then you keep stacking another shape on top. Now, just notice that if you're making these shapes, it's the reverse order, top to bottom. So now it's going to be bottom to top. Okay, so let's have a look at this question, guys. So you need to look at this figure again, guys. What are we trying to do? We're trying to obtain. It means we're trying to make, everybody. So we're trying to make this shape. Then what is the correct order? Now, just remember, if you're making, guys, it's bottom to top order. Okay, so that's my hint. So I'll give you the selector tool again for you guys. You guys can all start now. Okay, so I'm gonna give you another 30 seconds, guys. Alright, guys. So for this question, I'm going to ask Jody. So, hello, Jody. Hello, Jody.
Hi.
Hi. So, if you're trying to make this shape, so do you understand that you need to start from the bottom to the top?
Can I understand from the bottom to the top?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So, what shape do you think it's at the very bottom?
What's at the bottom?
4.
4. Okay, very good. And what do you want to put on top of the shape 4?
3.
Yes, okay, so let's put 3 on top, like this, okay? And then what do you want to put on top of the orange heart?
2.
2, okay, let's put that as well. So far so good, looking great, Jody. What do you want to put on top now?
5.
5, okay, so let's put that as well. And we're almost finished. So the last piece is 1. So if I put that on top, do you get the same shape, Jody?
Same?
Yes.
Yes, so what's the correct answer? So this is the list. Is it A, B, or C, Jody?
A.
Excellent. So well done, Jody. You're really good at this. I'll give you a trophy as well, Jody. Keep up the good work. Well done, Jody. Alright, so yes, everybody, the answer is A. Just remember, guys, if you're trying to make the pattern, you always need to start from the bottom. Okay? So the order is different. So let's have a short break, guys. Let's have a short break. So raise your hand if you guys are enjoying these puzzles so far. Okay, so let's have Jaden. Hey, Jaden. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Are you enjoying these puzzles so far, Jaden?
Absolutely.
Very good. It's very good to hear. Do you know when to use the bottom to top order and when to use top to bottom order?
Yep.
Very good. All right.
I do.
Very good, Jaden. Keep up the good work. And let's also hear from Jake. Hey, Jake. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Are you enjoying these puzzles?
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear, Jake. Do you also know the difference when to use the top to bottom and bottom to top order?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. All right. So are you also ready to see harder questions?
Yeah.
Okay, very good, Jake. Good for you. And then let's see, Ian. Hey, Ian.
Hi.
Hi, is everything okay so far?
Yes.
Yes, do you understand everything?
Yes.
Yes, very good, Ian. Keep up the good work. And are you ready for the next harder questions?
Definitely.
Okay, very good. All right, so now let's also see. Okay, Elisa. Hey, Elisa, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Are you enjoying these puzzles, Elisa?
Yes.
They're not too hard?
Absolutely. No.
Okay, very good. That's always good to hear. All right. So let's see. Misha. Hey, Misha, how's it going? Hello, Misha. And Olivia as well. Hello, Olivia.
Hi.
Hi. So is everything okay as well? And Queena as well? Let's start. Hey girls.
Yeah.
So is everything okay? So everything makes sense? Total sense? Okay, very good. So are you guys ready for the harder questions now?
Yeah. Can I do the next question?
Queena? Okay. So usually I need to make sure that, okay, let me just check Queena. So last week, okay, yes, you didn't do it last week, so yes, I can give you a chance as well. I'll check the list for you as well, Olivia. So let's see, Olivia. Okay, so yes, Olivia as well. So Olivia and Queena can go to the next two questions. How does that sound?
Good.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, okay. So now let's move on to the next question, guys. So, guys, this question is very tricky. I want everybody to pay attention to me right now. So, guys, I have two different papers in front of me. I have the big paper and I have the small paper, guys. Now, so if you see, the small paper is on top of the big paper. Now, there's two different kinds of questions, guys. If the question said, leave the big paper behind, then you only need to move one paper. Now, if the question said, move the big paper, then you need to move the top small paper first and then move the second paper as well. So that means I have moved a total of two papers, right? So remember that, guys, and let's go through this question together. So as you can see, you can see a pile of papers. Now, there's a rule for this question. You can only take one piece of paper at a time. Now, and also, the piece of paper you take cannot be below any other papers. So that means if you want to move this purple paper, you need to make sure to remove this yellow paper first because it's on top of it. Okay? You cannot just slip one paper in the middle. So for example, this is not allowed. So if I put three papers, so you can see this is at the very top, you cannot just slip this out. No, that's not possible. You need to move the top paper first. Whoops, where did it go? You need to remove the top paper first, and then you can remove this one out. Okay? So there's a rule for this question. So, and the question is asking you to move the pink paper, guys. So people can argue this is purple or pink, but this is the paper I'm talking about, guys. All right? So, how many paper do you need to move if you want to move the pink paper, guys? What do you think? So I'll give you the selector tool. So you guys can all answer now. I'll give you guys a minute to finish them off. So this time, guys, I did tell you to pay attention. I can see many of you getting this mistake, this question wrong. All right, guys. So I'm going to ask Queena, and guys, don't worry. I'm writing all your names down for those of you who are asking or explaining the questions. So don't worry if your name's not being called out. Maybe your name could be called out next lesson or next week. Okay. There are many students in this lesson, so I just need to make sure everybody will have a turn. Okay. So, like I said, Queena. Hello, Queena.
Hi.
So, okay, so what paper do we want to move?
Well, we can't move 7 because there's no 7 paper.
So, okay, so now, yeah, so we want to move this pink paper, don't we? But the rule is, if you want to move a paper, you need to move whatever is on top first, right?
Yeah.
So what is on top of this pink paper?
The yellow one.
The yellow one, and also a little bit of blue one as well, right? Now, so you may be thinking, okay, Jason, doesn't that mean that we just need to move the yellow and the blue one? Well, the answer is not really, because to move the blue one, Queena, what's on top of the blue paper?
The purple one or the green one?
Yes, you need to remove both of these stripy papers, don't you? They're both on top of the blue paper, right? So, but if you want to move the purple and the green stripy papers, you also need to remove the yellow paper because it's on top of the both papers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good idea to move this one first. And what do you want to move second?
Second, I will prefer the green one because it takes much more space than the purple one.
Okay, all right. And then we still need to take away the purple one, right?
That's third.
Okay, and then what do you want to remove now?
The blue one.
Yes, and then?
And then the yellow one.
Okay, all right. Is that all, or is there more?
But we saw a pink one.
So the question says you need to move the pink paper, meaning that it needs to be including the pink paper. So you also need to move this pink paper so that we have an empty desk. Does that make sense? So what's the answer then?
The answer is B, which is 6.
Very good, Queena. So that's the correct answer. Well done. Thank you very much. I'll give you a trophy as well, Queena. Now, Queena, I'm going to show everybody this one very quickly, guys. This method, you need to take away the pieces of papers which is on top first. But, guys, the key is you need to determine the target paper. The target paper. So, for example, guys, if you want to remove this purple stripy square only, then Queena, which papers do you need to remove? If you only want to move this purple stripy one.
Then we need to move, if we want to move the purple stripy one, firstly yellow, then the green, then the blue, then yellow, then the pink one.
Now, the correct answer, Queena, is you only need to move the yellow one only. Okay, and also move the purple one. So you'll need to move twice because the job is finished. The question said, I want to move the purple stripy one. So remove the ones at the top and remove purple, end of story. You don't need to worry about what's behind the purple ones. Does that make sense? Yeah, very good. Okay, thank you, Queena. Let's see. So guys, so that is why the answer was B. Now I'm going to ask Olivia. So Olivia, where are you? So hello, Olivia.
Hi.
Hi. I want to move the blue paper now. So instead of pink paper, now I'm going to change this question to blue paper. Then how many papers do I need to move?
You need to move the stripy green one.
Okay, if you want to remove the stripy green one, you're not allowed to move this one first. Why is that?
Because that's underneath the yellow one.
Yes, that's right. So what do you think you need to remove first then, Olivia?
The yellow one.
Very good. So remove the yellow one, and then you want to remove the stripy one. Is there anything else that you want to move?
And the yellow and purple stripy one.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
So okay, so that's 3. And do I move the blue or not?
No.
Well, the question said you need to move the blue one. So including the blue paper. So you need to make sure to move the blue one as well. Does that make sense? You need to read the question carefully, Olivia, okay? So, alright, Olivia, then what about the yellow and pink paper behind? Do we leave them alone or do we need to move them as well?
We need to move them.
No, we don't need to move them because we finished our job. Our job was to move the blue paper only, and to move the blue paper, we just need to move whatever is at the top. So imagine this, Olivia. Imagine you have piles of clothes, right? Imagine you have piles of clothes. Your t-shirts, your skirts, and everything, it's on a pile. So it's like a big mountain. And you're trying to find a special t-shirt in the middle. So your objective, you want to just pull out this one, but it's too deep inside, so you need to make sure you take out whatever's on top first and take the t-shirt out and leave everything behind because you're in a rush. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reason why, okay? So well done, Olivia. It's a little bit tricky, but still very good job. So keep up the good work, Olivia. Now, guys, let's have a look at this question. You need to take a piece of paper on the top of the pile. It's the same rule, guys. You can only take one piece of paper at a time. Now, if you want to take whatever is the color, let's say if you want to take the purple one, you need to make sure you need to take away whatever is on top, which is the brown and the green one, right? But let's read the question. What do you want to move? You want to move the blue paper. Move the blue paper. And that means including the blue paper, guys. So how many papers do you need to move, guys? Okay, so how many papers do you need to move? So I'm going to give you guys... Yep, you guys can all start now. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. Now, our goal is to move the blue paper only, guys, but you need to follow the rules. So that means how many papers do you need to move, guys? Okay, so guys, raise your hand if you want to explain this question to the class. Okay, Misha. Hello, Misha. Hello, Misha. Hello. Can you try unmute and mute it again? So mute and unmute. Yep. Can you say something? Okay. I think there is some problem with your microphone, Misha. Okay, so maybe you can let me know in the chat box. Can you hear me? Say yes if you can hear me, Misha. Yes, very good. Okay, Misha. So I'll ask Betty to help you. What's the reason why your microphone is not working? It could be your settings. All right, but Misha, So we want to move the blue paper, which is this one. And did you notice, Misha, that all of these pieces of paper are same sizes, meaning you can see that they're all this big. So you can see if we move these squares around, you can see what colors are being covered. So, for example, this yellow square, the green and the blue piece of papers are covered. Does that make sense, Misha? Can you see that? Yes. So let's look at the blue one. What colored squares is it covered by? What colors? What colors, Misha? So you can see that there's a little bit of orange, there's a little bit of purple, green, and green is not covered by blue. You can see that orange is a little bit covering the blue, and the brown is covering the blue as well, mostly, and purple is covering. Does that make sense? There are three shapes that is covering the blue. So we want to make sure to remove orange, brown, and purple. But, Misha, like you said, green, there's a problem with green. Because I want to move the purple, but purple is covered by brown and green. So that means, Misha, we need to move the brown and move the green. And then, since the purple is now free, we can move the purple and we can also move the orange. Now, since we're moving the blue paper, we also need to move the blue paper. Now, Misha, do we need to move the yellow and red paper as well? No, that's it. We just want to move the blue paper. So that is why, what's the answer, Misha? A, B, or C? Very good. It's A. Excellent job, Misha. Well done. I'll give you a trophy and keep up the good work. Good job. And we'll try to help you out with the microphone issue. All right. So Betty will sort that out for you. So guys, this is why the answer is A. So guys, just remember that, like I said, if the shape is not covered by anything, for example, this brown one or this green one, it means it must be at the top. If it's at the bottom, then it is covered by some shape. For example, this brown square is covering the orange. Alright guys, so guys, that is the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much guys. I hope everybody enjoyed these puzzles. Don't forget to do your homework and see you all guys next lesson. Okay? Yes, thank you everybody. Thank you, Teresa. Bye-bye. Bye, Fernando. Thank you, Queena. Thank you, Katie. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. themselves. So you can see